Alright, this is going to be my very first ZvT commentary, and this is going to be a commentary because this was my 1000th point win and I was so happy. And also this guy PM'd me and it was amazing. I probably shouldn't have BM'd back, but you know, some things can't be helped. So this is a ZvT on Daybreak, and because this is my first one, I will try to explain to you the basics of what I'm trying to do in ZvT. My core army in ZvT is going to be Ling Infestor in transition into Ultra and really late game Broodlord. I've been thinking about Roaches versus Banelings in this matchup. I notice that I would say about 90 to 95% of Zergs will go for the Baneling Nest. But I will also notice that Stefano, who is the French Zerg that I copy a ton of builds from, goes Roaches in this matchup. And I actually really like the Roach method. The Roach method is slightly less micro-intensive. I tend to like the Stefano's builds because they are not as micro-intensive. It's more macro mechanics based, which is kind of more my style of play. I'm much more comfortable managing my economy and managing my queens and whatnot over microing and trying to get perfect position. You'll notice in this game I attack many times in really poor positions, which is something that I'm going to be trying to work on. But at the same time, yeah, my goal is not necessarily I don't know, it's just I'm just much more comfortable playing macro longer games. So we will see here, most Terrans do between 3 builds. It's a 1 Rax command, it's a CC first, and it's a proxy 2 Rax. So between those 3 builds, I would say the proxy 2 Rax happens maybe 5% of the time, the 1 Rax expand maybe 70% of the time, and then the CC first is about 25% of the time. That's just my guess. So generally, when a Zerg scouts CC first, it is somewhat safe. I say somewhat because it is not always safe, depending on what they do, depending on what you do as a Zerg. But it is somewhat safe to go 3 hatch before pool. Symbol, Nesty, and DRG are all pretty infamous for showing this in GSL. But yeah, I've actually tried it a couple times, and I'm not extremely comfortable with it. The thing is, after this opening, they're either going to gas and do a reactor Hellion, or they're going to build 2 racks here, and they can rally 5 Marines here. Your creep will not be down. Your second or your third and fourth queens will not be out. Your Ling speed will not even be started, and 5 Marines can actually do a decent amount of damage. And if rallied and he gets up to say 8 Marines, you will actually lose your hatchery, which is a problem that I have. Mostly it's from being bad. To be honest, it's easily solved by building a spine crawler, but you know, I still do this. I also think I heard Destiny say that this build, like going 3 hatch before pool, actually does not net you more drones than going 15 hatch 17 pool, which is the build that lets you build this 5th and 6th queen at the same time. As you can see, they both come out. So I get this hatch down right around 5 minutes. I'm aiming for 4.5 minutes. I was probably distracted, or you know, just move the drone late or something. But that's basically my aim. And you can see he is going for reactor Hellions, and this is almost always, or not almost always, but maybe half the time is going to be followed up with a cloaked Banshee. The other half the time is going to be followed up with a bunch of racks and like a Hellion Marine timing. But most of the time it's going to lead up to a timing. But irregardless, as a Zerg, and knowing that he command center firsted, it's really safe to be droning. So you can see I'm droning really hard. Let's look at the worker count. So 31 to 23, I have 3 more coming. So yeah, and I'm going to keep droning. My Roach Warren tends to go down right around 6 minutes. I just noticed Stefano does it, so I just copy it. I honestly don't exactly know why. I have this drone waiting to build a spine, and I'm going to try and build as many queens as possible. As you can see, mechanically, I'm not too bad. Like I missed a little bit, but you know, I'm not. It's just something that I'm much more comfortable doing over microing. And I'm slowly trying to spread my overlords out, trying to get them into key positions to be able to see everything I need to see. Once again, these blue boxes give you vision on this map. While it's actually not as useful against Terran because of Metavex, it's still somewhat useful, and I like to have my overlords and have vision. I really need to be working on getting something here. Maybe an overlord right on this edge so he can run away. But yeah, I really need something here. Maybe this overlord next time will go there. But I really like this ledge because I can see things coming this way, and this ledge because I can see things going this way. But anyway, the roach warren is out. 4 safety roaches. Speed is coming. I should be building some safety lings too, but at this I'm supply blocked, as you can see, because I'm really good at this game. Trying to build these creep tumors, and I just start my lair. So this is a relatively I would honestly, for me, it's an early lair. I like to build my lair really late in this matchup, but I think that is giving me some problems doing that. So I'm trying to get it earlier. But after the safety roaches, you can see I'm droning. I should be safety linging at some point, especially since I see these Hellions leaving. And here's the safety ling. So 12 safety lings. So at this point, queens and roaches are very good against Hellions. Very, very, very good. So I feel extremely safe. I am somewhat considering a Banshee, but at the same time, I'm not too worried about it. I guess I figure right around 8:30, I should have seen a Banshee leave, and I haven't. So I kind of just forget about it, and I think this Banshee flies right by this Overlord. Yeah, it does, but I don't actually look at it, so that's not extremely helpful. So this Banshee is going to surprise me. It arrives really late, and yeah, it's very unexpected. But we can see crisis management here for me. As you can see, I'm going to be put under pressure with this Banshee hitting with Cloak, and these Hellions are going to be, let's see, yeah, I guess just moving in. So here come the Hellions. And I have a spy and I have a queen there, so I'm not too worried about it. But we can see also the Banshee comes up here. And right here, I move my roaches down. The Hellions run into the safety lanes. That's really good for me. I'm making an Overseer. He's killed a queen. He's killed 5 drones. He has, but he actually is not going to react. When a Zerg kills a cloaked Banshee like this, you feel amazing. You feel just absolutely amazing. You feel like that's really good for you. So let's see. I'm building 14 drones, and he actually killed 14 drones. So I'm going to be right back to where I started before this. He lost 8 Hellions. That's 800 minerals. A Banshee. That's 950 minerals and 100 gas now. And Cloak. That's 1100 minerals and 350 gas for 14 drones, which is what? 700 minerals. So that is ridiculous for him. And the reason I'm counting Cloak is he researched it and you can see he switched, which is what a lot of people will do. Some people will build a second or even third Banshee because they invested into Cloak. This guy did not. Anyway, now we're getting into the mid game, into the double upgrades. You're going to see Infestation Pit come down. You're going to see me trying to drone up. I should be feeling pretty good to take a 4th. Yes, I'm taking a 4th. That's good. Because I think Day 9 actually had a daily on this, and what he said actually really resonated with me. He said the more damage you take from units that are not going to be a part of his core, the more droning you can do and the less units you need. And this is true because when you think of a core army in ZvT, for the Terran it's Marines, Medevacs, and tanks. If he puts on pressure without those units, he's invested into those units. So even if he kills your workers, even if he does damage, you're not required to build units yet, because look at his unit count. Let's look at the unit count. It's 19 Marines and 2 tanks because he invested so much in the other tech. So I'm free to drone, and look, I hit my 72 drones because I scouted this 3rd with this Overseer. I do this run by, which is really, really good for me. We can see there's 6 brand new mules, and I get both of them. I was trying to get weak SCVs. I honestly didn't even look at these in the gas. I probably should have went for those too, but I tried to get as many SCVs as I could. I got 8 SCVs and 6 mules. That's really good for me. And I'm going to pause it at 13:30, and that's going to be it for my part 1.